Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com. I'm Len Skoros, joined as always by the head coach of the Hofstra baseball program, John Russo. Coach, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Len.
Coach, we'll get right into it. Last weekend, a 4-game series at Towson. You had a chance with a series win to claim the second place in the CA North Division and clinch a spot in this next week's CA Championship. You split the series, so now we'll have to wait and see what the committee decides on the at-larges, which is this coming weekend, their meeting. So, but let's talk about that series. 2-2, you lose the first 2 games and then take the last 2. Thoughts on the team's performance in the series? It seemed a lot of, Towson had a couple of big innings into the two losses that really kind of sunk our chances in those games.
It was just a matchup of, 2 teams that played to 4-4 overall. And, I thought we'd have a chance to beat them in 3 games. I didn't think 4 was doable. We had a shot in game 1, give up the 3 runs, but we had a chance to turn a double play there in that inning that could have kept it to nothing and maybe win that game 2-1. But give their pitcher a lot of credit. Senior on senior day, goes 9 innings. He's been a great starter in this league the last 3 years. And then, I thought we were pretty much in control of game 2 and then got off, a singled 8-hole and hit 9-hole. And that got us into a little bit of trouble. And thought Jimmy made a really good pitch on the grand slam the kid hit. But, another senior, it was just a battle. And we're down there 0-2. And, I thought the team could have easily folded, with the emotion, with all of it. We knew what we had to do. And, man, you got to give them credit. You get an incredible performance by Jack Jett, one of the best I've seen in a long time. It reminded me of Teddy Sillis's 16 strikeout performance back in the day. And, Jack gets the complete game and we win game 3 and then get a good start on Sunday. And then you have the heroics of Goulart with the 2 homers and the one to put us up in the top of the 5th when, the game could have gotten called maybe after that next at bat because it was raining and they were trying to get in 5 complete. And, here he is with 2 strikes, 2 outs and hits a homer. It's almost like hitting one in the bottom of the 9th to extend it. And then we end up playing a full 9 and winning that game to give ourselves a shot at this at large. And, nothing has been easy for us this whole season. It's been a battle. So why wouldn't it continue at least 24 more hours to figure out if we're going to get this at large or not?
And you mentioned, Jimmy and Jack. Got to point out in Sunday's game, obviously it was a bullpen day. You had a long delay with the lightning stoppage. But, your last 3 pitchers, Chris Mott, Alo, Sujak, and Mark Fiello, they give you 5 1/3 innings, only allowed 1 hit, no runs, 8 Ks. Mott gets the win, Fiello with his first save. How, just talk about those 3 guys and their performance in that game really to seal the deal and shut the door on any Towson comeback.
That was, our early season formula when we were good early in the year before conference play. Our bullpen was a big part of that success. And, it was great to get Mott back there. I think 2 1/3 and 5 strikeouts and had an electric type of stuff. And, Alo's been really good of late and, been a guy we've been able to depend on the arm. And, Fiello early in the season was our best reliever out of the bullpen. And then to get a chance to close that game, I thought he had electric, type of stuff and looked really, really good. And, that's part of my excitement and, wanting to be in the tournament. You get those guys back on task. And I thought Bosch, had, even though he gave up a run, I thought he had electric type of stuff in his outing. And, with Jet back, you get Joyce, you still have Mikulasik lurking there and Brad Camarda's throwing the ball really well. I feel like we could do damage now that those guys are all throwing well.
What's the mood, your mood and your feelings with, this having to wait? I mean, that's got to be a tough deal, when you're either mathematically or mathematically eliminated, at least the decision's final. This committee stuff is new this year, and obviously the wait must be tough.
The hard I've said this is this has been the most stressful year, and the reason for that's because of the COVID testing. And you have to test on Wednesday morning and sometimes Thursday morning. You don't get the results back till 12 to 24 hours later. You're worried about who's going to get knocked out, if it's going to knock out the team, what quad is it going to knock out, what house is it going to knock out. And you do that every week for 13 straight weeks, and it really causes a lot of stress. And ever since Sunday after the game, we've all been talking out scenarios. A lot of the players, are texting me and giving us different information of what we're winning, what we're behind. You're doing everybody's metrics. Everybody's looking at William Mary, Delaware, JMU. We all know what we have to look. I feel like some metrics are really in our favor, some aren't. And, like that's what 50-50 is. And, to do 50-50 from Monday through Saturday at 6 o'clock is really stressful. And our guys have been, hitting all week and throwing and staying in shape and, also finishing exams. We'll have a light workout today. Tomorrow we've got, a live inter squad where the pitchers and hitters will face each other. And then we'll go back to our rooms and wait to hear from the committee. But, I think they're, obviously they really want to make it. More importantly, we just don't know. Like it's literally that close. And you and I have discussed it a few times. Me and admin have discussed it a few times, and you can paint different scenarios. I just really appreciative of, administration support with this, starting with, Rick Cole, Cindy Lewis, and Brian Graff, really, pushing our case and trying to help us as much as they can.
All right. And I know, you had wanted to talk about a couple of your players who came back this year, your fifth-year guys who came back and made a commitment to this team for an extra year. I know you want to give them some recognition here as we do this WB Basic Coach Report.
This is the hardest part because you don't know what's the last day or what's the last time you're going to talk, and you don't know if this is the last WB. But all year it's been a different year for me because those guys got cut short, and they decided to come back, and there was a group of guys that weren't able to come back that we really miss also. But Rob Weishire, Jack Jett, Alex Sika, Stephen Bosch, Brian Goulart, Andrew Monday. I'm super appreciative of what they did for us all year. They're coming back. I'm really excited that they got to finish on their own terms. And without them, I think this would have been a crazier and a lot tougher year. And just really appreciative of their leadership, their love for Hofstra baseball, their love for Hofstra, just everything that them and their families did to come back for this extra year was, something I'll never forget and super appreciative of. And, for more than anything in them and the guys down in the field, I'd like to get the chance to play with them, get one more bus ride there and back, and, go to Wilmington and see what we can do.
All right. Coach, I echo your sentiments on, these been around these guys for all these years, and I hope we have one more WB Mason coach report in us, at least one. I mean, it'd be great to have a couple more.
You and a after.
So, but this is the WB Mason coach report, and hopefully we will be talking next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Len.